G'day everyone. There's been a bit of interest in my powerlifting live stream setup, so I've decided to put together a few videos on how I've set up the live stream, the software and hardware that I'm using, the settings involved, how it all fits together on game day. So you get a bit of an understanding of what I'm trying to do. Now I'm also going to run through a few simpler options so you mob can understand just how easy it is to set up a good looking live stream, and in the hope that I don't have to do these anymore so someone else can share the love for a little bit. Now I need to acknowledge that I'm not a professional at any of this stuff. I've been powerlifting for about 7 years. I've been live streaming purely by accident for about 2.5. So it all started at the 2018 Oceania Regional Powerlifting Competition. So we found out that they weren't going to run a live stream, and I thought that was pretty average for a major international competition where a lot of friends and family either couldn't or wouldn't be able to afford to get to Brisbane. So after the 10-hour drive up to Brisbane, me and a mate popped into YouTube and bought the most expensive webcam that we could get. That night we learned about streaming software, the limitations of Facebook and YouTube, all of the issues with or how to set up the live stream, and why the webcam that we bought wasn't the best option at all, really. The competition started the next day, so we kind of plugged it in, turned it on, and hoped for the best. And yeah, we were able to successfully stream the 3-day competition, and I've been trying to improve the live stream ever since. So in this video, I'm going to show you essentially what I did for that Oceania competition. It's a very simple way to start live streaming. So first up is the software, OBS, Open Broadcaster Software. OBS is a very powerful tool which takes all kinds of inputs, cameras, images, pre-recorded videos, web pages, audio, microphones, all kinds of things, and it spits them out onto a Twitch or YouTube or other streaming platforms like Facebook Live, for example. Why do we need OBS though? Can't you just click go live on YouTube or Facebook and start streaming straight from your webcam? Well, yeah, but you don't have the control that we need to do what we want to do. So you can't adjust the camera settings. Sometimes the webcam is flipped left to right because of the whole mirror image when you're looking at yourself on a Zoom phone call. And most importantly, there's no room to upgrade or move or do anything. You're stuck with just streaming the webcam, and that's pretty limiting, really, especially for a 4-hour competition stream. So using OBS just for a webcam is definitely overkill. I need to acknowledge that. However, it is so easy to add in additional features to really make that live stream something special. And that's why I would always recommend it, even for a very simple live stream. Okay, so OBS is available from obsproject.com. I'll add a link in the description for sure. I'm not going to bore you with the installation details or really how to set up some of the numpty stuff when we're setting it up, because there are plenty more in-depth videos available on YouTube for that. So I'm just going to skip over those generic bits and pieces, and let's focus on setting it up for a powerlifting competition. Okay, so you load OBS and this is what you get. OBS is comprised of 2 main windows. You've got the preview in the top here, and then the scene sources and other controls down the bottom left. OBS breaks your stream output into scenes, and each scene is comprised of one or many sources. You can transition between different scenes using fades and wipes and other camera transitions like that, just by clicking on different scenes. In this case, we've only got one scene set up and there are no sources, which is why our preview is a big black screen. So for our simple autonomous setup, all we want to do is have one scene with the camera source. Now that'll be our webcam staring at the platform for the next 4 hours. You don't need to monitor it, you don't need to click on things or transition away. Very simple setup and a great way to start. So to do that, click on scene in the bottom left, and we're going to add a source to it. So we'll click on the add button here, and you get a list of options to choose from. Now mine might look a little bit different to yours because I've got a few plugins installed, but what we're after is the video capture device. So click on video capture device. It makes sense to name it something logical, as it'll make your life a lot easier in the future, but for now video capture device is fine. and it's already picked my C922 webcam. You can see the preview here, and you can see how it's added it to the OBS preview as well, but it doesn't fill the screen, so we need to make sure that it is set up for 1080. To do that, change the resolution to 1920 by 1080, and there we go. Fantastic. The only other thing that we need to do right down the bottom of the settings menu is to use custom audio device and make sure that is set to the C922 webcam, so the built-in webcam microphone. Click OK. You can see me now in the preview, so it's already picked that up and it's all working, and we've also got the audio going here, which is fantastic as well. So that's it. We've set up OBS, we've got our webcam displayed, we can now position the webcam facing the platform, start streaming over here and walk away. But it's not quite that simple. You still need to set up YouTube to make sure that it receives the feed from OBS. So to do that, let's switch over to YouTube Studio, and you'll see in the top right you've got the Go Live button. So click on Go Live and it'll pull up the YouTube Studio Live dashboard. Now, I always schedule live streams. You know exactly when the competition is going to start, and it means that you can send out the link to the competition before the comp. You know, you set this up a week earlier. There's enough time for people to put that link in their favorites, share it around on social media, and off you go. If you don't do this and you just start streaming, nobody knows what the link is until they click on it. So that's no good. So click on Schedule Stream. Plug in all the details such as the competition title, the start time, the start date. Now, if your ticket's made for kids, live chat and comments will be disabled. Might be what you want, it might not, that's up to you. If you click on Schedule Stream, then it's all set up. Now, there's one more thing that we need to do and make sure that OBS and YouTube are talking to each other. So on competition day, load up that stream on YouTube, click on the actual stream button, and you'll get a message in the top left saying start streaming software. That means that YouTube isn't receiving any of the stream data from OBS. To make sure that we do that, you need to copy and paste the stream key here from YouTube into OBS to make sure that that OBS and YouTube are talking to each other. So copy that back in OBS now, click on Settings, Stream, paste it into the YouTube stream key, and you're good to go. So now, if you click Start Streaming on OBS, you'll get the preview come up in YouTube. It might take 30 seconds or so. And once you've got that, YouTube is ready. Click on Go Live, and you are live streaming to YouTube. Walk away, enjoy the competition, and in 4 or 5 hours time, once it's all said and done, come up here, click End Stream on YouTube. Make sure you also click End Streaming on OBS, and we're done. Okay, so we've got our very simple live stream set up with the webcam focused on the platform, but the screen itself looks a little bit boring. Now, it's very, very simple to add a couple of features which will just dress up the live stream, make it look a little bit professional, and give some branding. So what we're going to do is add the Australian Powerlifting Union and APU New South Wales logos to the live stream. To do that, we're just going to add 2 image sources by clicking plus image, name it whatever you want, APU, and browse to the image file. So I've just dumped these in my desktop. There it is. Drag that into the top and you resize it. Now it automatically keeps the aspect ratio so things don't look silly when you resize them. And let's also add the APU New South Wales logo as well. Oh, that one's huge, but that's okay, we got that there. This grey bit indicates it's off the screen. Drag that back across, make it about the same size, and there we go. Okay, now they're going to stay there for the duration of the live stream. They won't do anything, but you can position them wherever you want, however you want, and have a bit of fun doing it. One last feature that I'll show you how to add. Say you're using one computer to run NextLifter or OpenLifter as well as do the live stream. Well, in that case, it is very simple to add the lifter data to the bottom of the screen. we're going to do that using a screen capture, or rather a window capture. So OBS, add a source, window capture. Now the window capture will only capture a certain part of the screen regardless of what's actually displaying on the monitor at the time. So we click on our window capture. Now the window here, I want to change that to Excel, IPF next lifter with clock, capture method automatic, and we'll say match title, otherwise find window of same type, which means it's going to look for whatever Excel window that you have open. Now there we go, but it's added it on top of all of my other information, and all we need is this little part here. So in OBS, it's very simple to crop the screen. You press Alt and click on these boxes to drag, and it should give you a green line instead of a red line, indicating that it has been cropped. So if I crop that box down to what we want, we'll include the timer, hopefully that it works. Oh, there we go. Oh, it's not perfect. Let's get that about, yeah, there we go. It's not the prettiest, but it does the job. Now I just need to then click on the window capture, drag it down here to the bottom, and then whenever we're doing something in Excel, so whenever this is being displayed, doing our good lifts and no lifts, that will be visible in the OBS window. So a very simple way of adding that lifter information. Yeah, it doesn't look the best, however it is super simple. You don't even need OBS running, you just come into your next lifter and run the competition like you would any other comp, and OBS will be streaming all of that information, but only the stuff that we've got there so they can see what's going on. Well, that was the first video that I've created on how to do a simple live stream using OBS, YouTube, and a couple of handy tools on how to integrate things such as image overlays as well as screen captures of next lifter or open lifter software to add a little bit more to your live stream. Hope it helped. If so, please let me know. If you want me to do more videos or some of the other cool stuff like replays and animations and things, please let me know. That'd be great. Cheers.